Well, today's Monday, it's the 6th of November 2023, and well, the holiday season has ended here in Magaluf, Palmanova area, just outside Pappy's, which is closed now. I guess it's going to be closed for the season. The chairs have been taken in, and I think that's probably going to be what we're going to see today. It's normal, it's what happens at this time of the year, and we're just going to see just how quiet it is. So down that way we've got Palmanova, and it's Pappy's. Tend to miss Pappy's quite often because it's in that bit between Palmanova and Magaluf. But we're going up now towards the Magaluf strip, and yes, the season has ended, so lots of places that were open a couple of days ago are now all closed up and getting themselves mothballed for the winter. But there are some things. Shops have decided to stay open, and not all hotels are closed and not all apartments are closed. So I'll try and bring you up to date a little bit on what's open in the way of hotels at the moment. But because hotels are closing, so businesses close, and it's sort of a knock-on effect. So hotel across there closed. You might find some places down here open. Prince William does tend to stay open. And at the top here we've got the Vista Sol, which is one of the places that does tend to stay open. Someone was asking me what do they do with all the produce, these shops? Well, quite a lot of it. They will just keep till next season, so anything that's non-perishable, there's no reason why they shouldn't keep the lilos and the beach balls and buckets and spades. Things like that just get kept. It's only the shops that sell perishable goods, and they usually start to wind down a week or so before closing. It's in a packet of nuts, packet of crisps, and some of those will actually be carried up forward till next year. It's amazing how long the sell-by dates are on some of these things. Just walking towards the top of the Magaluf strip now. There's a few people around, not many. We get the trespasser signs, and then guess what they were doing a couple of days ago? Halloween party, and now the newspapers are covering all the windows. And they're closed. I wonder if they're going to leave all that bunting up. I don't know. So all these shops and bars are mostly closed. There's a pharmacy that's open. And I've just seen that the temperature today, and still quite early, it's only 11 o'clock in the morning, it was 20 degrees. So 20 degrees at 11 o'clock in the morning, it's probably going to get up to 21, 22 degrees. You see Boomerang over there, Pure, they've seriously closed up for the season. They've got the big boards up, and that's all very much closed. And most of the places down there will be closed. One little oasis down there is the Elba Sunset. That's going to be open through the winter season. And then we look down the strip. This is the gallery that goes down there. We'll go so you can actually see the road. Tartan Arms is no more, and it's now Welcome to the Dirty Dog Bar, but they're closed anyway. So this is the Magaluf strip. I suppose you wouldn't expect it to be very busy at 11 o'clock in the morning, but well, it's now closed up. Businesses closed, doing repairs. And now all of the owners here, they'll be taking their holidays, having, for some of them, worked very, very long days throughout the summer season, from early in the morning till early the next morning. Fancy yourself with a place on the strip. There's one for sale. I often wonder why they bother with this. They just take some old plastic bin bags and put them over to protect the glass and the metal, but it's only been up there a few days and it's already falling apart. If you're going to do it properly. Down to the Palmanova. Burgers.
Look at that place.
Wow. They've certainly gone to work on that place. Or did we have an earthquake and nobody told me about it? This is Alex's, and it's been demolished. Quite literally brought to the ground. So that will be interesting, something to keep our eyes on, what's going to happen there over the next few weeks. This is the time to get these things done, and
they've left Buddha keeping an eye on him.
How's that Buddha going? Is that Buddha staying or is he going? This is from Robinson Crusoe's. As we walk down to the beach.
Sea looks beautiful.
The sea does look beautiful. There's sun on it, and now as you get out of the breeze, it's really quite warm. I did say most hotels are already closed, and those that haven't are planning to close very, very soon. One oasis is the Elba Sunset, which is over there, and they are going to be open, I think, throughout the year. But we go along here. How about that for a deserted Magaluf beach? And an almost deserted promenade. For us as locals, as people who live here all the year round, it's quite nice to be able to walk along here in the winter time. Enjoy the sea breeze, enjoy the views. And a lot of people write to me and say, oh, isn't it horrible, isn't it terrible? But it's just normal, it's just what happens at this time of the year. People are not really going to come to Magaluf in the winter time for a beach holiday because it just isn't quite warm enough. So it's not bad today, and you could very well sunbathe today. I've certainly sunbathed in England as a child, temperatures much lower than this. We would go to the beach and it would be really cold, but we'd still be out there. And I'm sure some people would here too, but if you're coming to Mallorca in the winter time, there's other things that you can do. Lots of sporting activities. So now, the few hotels that are open will be welcoming people like the golfers. And throughout the winter season, great time for golfers to come. Cyclists, because Majorca's become one of the big centres for cycling. Tennis. We have our superstar Rafa Nadal on the island with his tennis academy. But there'll be lots of tennis being played here throughout the winter. We used to have cricket, but sadly we lost the cricket club. But we used to get winter tours coming with the different cricket teams. I don't know if that will ever come back. Just getting past some of the bars, all shut up.
Just a nice temperature, actually, isn't it?
I think it's perfect. Just perfect for a walk. When we first came to the island, the winter was much busier, and well, just about all the hotels, the big hotels, stayed open, and they would welcome tourists, and they'd be pensioners, I suppose, like ourselves, looking for a little bit of winter sun, not particularly to go lying on the beach, but walking along the promenade, going for a drink in a bar, enjoying bingo in the hotels, and saving on the heating bills at home. So the winter holidays, saga holidays, were very, very popular. People used to come for a month on end.
And it was cheaper than staying at home in those days for them.
We don't seem to have that anymore. One thing that the Spanish government has done is to introduce a scheme called Inmerso. Inmerso is where pensioners can go on subsidised holidays, and some of the hotels here in Majorca will be welcoming guests from the mainland mostly, and they'll come for a week, 10 days at a greatly reduced rate, and the hotels can then stay open and keep people employed. This is Hadley's. It's all winterised, but look, the winterisation's already falling apart. Somebody will have to come and check this out and sort it out.
Doesn't help with all that wind we've had though, does it?
Yeah, we've had a lot of wind, a lot of wind. A little rain, but not very much, but you can see the seaweed is already piled up on the beach. And that will just get left there now. They won't bother, I don't think, taking it up. Having the seaweed on the beach there just protects it from more erosion. And so they just leave it there. And then before the beginning of the next season, they'll take it away. And well, I'm not sure what they do with it, but it can be used for various things, including making a fertiliser. Just let the rain wash the salt out, and then mulch it.
a bit more lively in Palmanova, don't you think?
Yeah, Palmanova's got a lot more open here. It is the ghost town. And it's partly the ghost town because it is such a holiday destination, is that not many residents actually live in Magaluf. The majority of the properties, the volume of properties, is hotel and guest apartments. And that means if you don't have a big enough population to maintain the shops and bars opening, they just don't. And a lot of these wouldn't really appeal to people who live locally anyway. I'm saying nobody does live locally here, they do, but there isn't the volume, there isn't sufficient of them to maintain a lively village. Where Palmanova is much more residential, there's a lot more residents in and around Palmanova, and so the sustainability of bars and shops and businesses. We never did get to do the Happy House breakfast. So we did go for breakfast at the Beehive the other day and posted on there, and that was a grand total of €7 something. And somebody said we should have gone to the Happy House because it's far cheaper there. Well, we had a great breakfast at the Beehive. We're certainly not complaining about spending €7.80 or whatever it was. We'll go all the way to the next. And there'll be no lifeguard on duty at all today. Lifeguards are at an end for, I think, for everywhere. I'm just going to take some photos. You can see all the seaweed. This is seaweed here that's dried and then got blown. So further up, it's actually still damp on the beach there, so it just shows how big the waves were a few days ago. That it was blowing water almost up to this wall, and you can see down there the seaweed has blown almost halfway across the beach. So there's a nice sailing boat just disappearing behind the island. It's been very strong winds for sailing, but the Ineos America's Cup Challenger is training here on the island. They've set up a base. This is Jim Ratcliffe's team, Jim Ratcliffe being the billionaire from the UK, richest man in the UK I think, who's in the process of attempting to buy Manchester United. He's fingering lots of pies, but one of them is Ineos, which is where he made all his money, and the chemical engineering company made his money with petrochemicals. But he's very much involved with different sporting activities, so the Manchester United football side of it. I think he owns another football club somewhere else. Did try to buy Chelsea at one time. Wasn't successful at that, and well, the Manchester United saga is still a bit in the air. And then he's got besides the sailing, he's got the Sky, what used to be the Sky, I'm not sure if it's still called Sky, cycling team, which is also based here in Mallorca. promenade in Magaluf, 6th of November 2023. And look at those beautiful blue skies, wispy clouds, and I'm feeling quite warm. We're a little bit sheltered, I think, because there's no strong breeze here and the sea is quite calm. But I can see some waves hitting the island, which would indicate it's a little bit more turbulent outside there. It is eerily quiet. Nicky Beach up there. And we were in the Titanic just a few days ago having a drink. I think we had some food as well.
We were here not long ago, were we?
Yeah. Not sure whether they've closed or whether they put a bag over the fan. Looks like they've decided to take a break. So there's a residential block in front of you. I always think it's a bit of an eyesore. We've got two of them in Magaluf.
Can't be worth these shops being open, really, can it?
No. Just around the corner we've got the piano bar. I'll just walk up there because I was told off for missing it last time. I'm not going to call in, even if they are open, but I doubt it. Las Palmeiras pizzeria. And there's the piano bar. It's got all the seating inside ready, but not sure whether they'll be opening up anymore. And there's a few bars down there, but again, most of those will be closed now. And eventually going on to Pirates, who had their Halloween party the other day. This is the Britannia pub.
Remember when we used to bring the children from school on a trip here?
We did. Used to walk the children down, and they used to do surveys of Magaluf in the winter season. So
there's a comparison between Magaluf and Palma. That's what we did.
Yeah, going to Palma, do a little survey there, and do a simple survey of Magaluf. Magaluf in the winter time when there's nobody around. Well, at Palma, yeah, it's a good comparison really, because Palma it's a city, it's bustling, there's lots going on, and places don't close there, so lots of the hotels are open. Unfortunately, Paseo Maritimo is still a total mess. So if you're going to Palma, that's one area. You can walk by the sea and it's not too bad, but on the other side of the road it's pretty awful. A lot of the businesses there that were open have already closed, but some of them will stay open for sure. And they have started to finish off some of those areas, so around the auditorium area they've started to do the paving, so trying to get that sort of finished. When that's finished, it will be a lot better, of course.
That place is still open, that sea golf.
Yeah, I can't imagine many people going into the sea golf. Not got the
Hardly
right sort of
any
people
children
here.
around, will there? It shouldn't be.
Children back at school. Sea golf is open if you're around and you want something to do in Magaluf, and bar's open as well.
Let's go this way.
Want to book here? Neat. Somebody's left all their Christmas reading. Oh, that's top one's in Dutch, is it German? Oh, they're not all in English. Oh, some of them are in English. They just had a book week here or something here in Magaluf.
The different languages.
Billy Connolly. Stranglers. What's that one? Shakespeare. TikTok. Well, none for us, I'm afraid. It's an interesting idea. Pick a book.
It's nice here.
So we found a little oasis here in Locura.
Careful.
Little things to trip me up here. I need to spotted it though. So it is possible to find somewhere where you can have a drink.
Expecting people here.
But all the tables and chairs are out at the sea golf. But
Maybe they do school trips there.
I don't think you should start worrying about that, dear. Anita was always one for wanting to organise a trip somewhere.
Or somebody to come in and play for us.
Or someone to come in and play. So we were at a football match a few years ago, and the then owner, which was Klassen, started to introduce sort of shows there, and there were cheerleaders on the pitch, but the drummers caught Anita's eye and ear.
Batterack.
And so immediately after they'd finished doing their set, she went up to their leader and said, "Will you come into school?"
And he did.
And
Danny
he did.
came, it was amazing.
He did charge
That was
though.
when Diane
That wasn't a freebie.
Pardon?
It wasn't a freebie, was
no,
it?
we
You did have to pay for that.
But it was good, very good.
Yeah. But quite often Anita would get freebies as well. Many of you may know Julian Clary. See him on TV, and I think he's been in the jungle, hasn't he?
So I didn't get him in.
Didn't he come in? Well, he came
He
into
did come into school, yes.
And because he'd written a children's book, hadn't he?
Oh yes, wonderful, the Bolds. Really good children's books. The Bolds go on holiday and about these hyenas. So I love reading those to the children.
So he came into school one day and read some to the kids.
Well, we know his sister, don't we, Frankie?
Frankie, yeah. There's Benny Hills across the road. That's been closed for a couple of weeks now, I think. We saw the end coming and jumped ship, as did Sinky. I was speaking to Tommy just the other day, and yeah, they're closed now for the winter.
Sinky's has sunk.
Sorry?
Sinky's has sunk.
Sinky's hasn't sunk. No, it will be raise the Titanic in I don't know, April, I suppose, whenever Easter is. Sinky's will return. you can see all along this area, pretty much it's closed now. As we walk up towards BCM. These are the cleaners. They do a fantastic job. I'm really pleased with the cleaners that come round with their street cleaning and get it all ship-shape in Bristol fashion very, very quickly. Got a lot of leaves to deal with though at the moment. They get blown. They blow them into the middle of the road and then that machine goes and sucks it all up. This is a hotel that during COVID was a little oasis of places. It was this is the Samos, and they were open when just about everywhere else was closed in the pandemic. Still a lot of cars in the car park, but they're closed as well now. Gates are shut, and they'll just be doing their end of season work now, making sure everything's secure for the winter. So no more Samos for 2023. I'll be looking forward to 2024.
Work on the roof.
The workers always doing a bit of painting. It's time for us now, get all that work done. There's BCM with all the fencing now in front of it, so you can't even get close anymore. And on the screen it says the last dance 31st of the 12th 2023, so they might be closed now, but they will return, and it looks like they've got a New Year's Eve party planned. It is quite popular with the local young people, so you do get quite a lot of Spanish and other locals going to BCM, so it's not just the tourists. And seen some of the summaries for the tourism this year, and looks like Mallorca did another bumper year. And there's the end of Magaluf Autos. It's now going to be pizzeria, an Italian restaurant, and the restaurant here, the bar, had a absolute complete makeover. They took it right down to the floor. I think they even took the floor out. They really got this back together to start again. Across the road, straight up there, you will find there are a few bars, and because if you can see beyond there's some apartments, so you've got residents. If you've got residents, then you've got clients or potential clients, and so that's why they can stay open. Particularly if you've got early retired people like us, they like to come down for a coffee in the morning, go for a little walk maybe. ADN, the gastropub, has still got its tables and chairs outside. Just up the road there we've got the sports centre, with the floodlights. So they have all sorts of different sports going on there. Big football pitch, but that's a swimming pool and various other things going on, gyms. And beyond that, on the other side of the road, there's a running track as well, and that will be busy all through the winter. Local teams doing their thing. Back of Kathmandu, lots of cars parked in there, so not sure if anything's going on at Kathmandu. Kathmandu being one of the places you can go and play mini golf, but they've got so much more, including the upside down house, which is weird, and various 3D, 4D experiences. So it's a big family fun event place. All looks very quiet in there now though. A lot of the things that are open are apartments. Not many hotels open, so if you do come to an apartment you might need to do some shopping. And there's the local Aldi, which very similar to Aldi's wherever you go. And we'll find some bars open around here as well. This is another place, because you've got the Aldi, the locals come here. See, the car park's pretty full, and if you come do a bit of shopping, you may as well stop and have a drink somewhere. So the bars are open here too. There's some shops here. It's a little precinct of shops, and they will be open all year round. Got a teddy here that we particularly find interesting. There are people actually inside the Kathmandu, but I think they're just closing it up for the winter, doing this winterizing thing that they do. Covering everything with a black bag. Taking all the half bottles of drink home. It's a cafeteria across the road there, La Villa. Very busy today, and it's one of the places we quite like to go because really they do.
Pepitos.
Pepito de Lomo is really good.
I haven't been there for a while actually.
Yeah. Not today, dear, because today is Monday and it's the day we go and pick the girls up from school. So no Pepito de Lomo, but we have just got time. Just, have we?
For a coffee.
For a coffee. So I'm going to nip into Leo's. I haven't been there for a while either.
No, I haven't.
Now the season's come to an end. Hopefully we're going to stay open for a little bit and we'll be able to call in again to have a coffee. So we're on a good circular tour. Pappy's is just down the road there. Here we are at Leo's pub. We always get a nice welcome at Leo's pub, and we always enjoy the coffee. So, cheers, my dear. Here we go. Oh, very good. Well, it's always nice to have a coffee at Leo's with one there serving us. Thanks very much. And we'll be back again, I'm sure. And but that's come to the end of this particular video, and we're going to make our way home because we've got to go and pick the girls up now. Thanks very much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.